Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 1st to the 15th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so very much. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay. Spirit's a bit chatty right now. Love it. Okay. So we are crowned with the Nine of Pentacles reverse. Be very aware of this. It's very easy for us to look at the future. It's very easy for us to look at the past. It's going to be difficult for us to stand in the here and the now. So that's what we're being challenged to do in this 15 days. It's like stand in your present, own who you are, own what you want, because you are extraordinary. Now, with the Ace of Swords, this is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of knowledge, of clarity of voice, of also being able to stand in our voice, stand up for ourselves, know what it is that we want. Being able to verbalize that is going to be huge. Now, with the Nine of Swords, this is worry, doubt, and fear. And we have a lot of worry, doubt, and fear around us. This is why it's very easy for us to be pulled into the future, into the past, because we're worrying. We're worrying about tomorrow. We're worrying about things that we don't even need to worry about. Like we're worrying about not having something to worry about. So just be mindful about this during this time. And what's going to be very interesting and what's going to be frustrating is that people are going to get annoyed at you because, or you're going to get not, people are going to get, well, yeah. Okay. So it's going to be dual sided, right? You're going to get annoyed at people because people aren't seeing the struggle that you're going through. But people aren't seeing you as having a lot to worry about. They're seeing you as having your stuff together, and really being able to move forward with capability and ferocity. So just being aware of that is going to be really important. It moves us to the Ace of Wands reversed, and this is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of fire, of passion, of tenacity. This is a gift for us because we are represented by the wands in the minor arcana. Now, with it being reversed, there is this sense of can I take this? Like, can I move forward in this energy? Can I take this? Do I know where it is that I want to be? And there's a hesitance around us saying, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can let my fire show. Now, we need to be mindful of letting ourselves rest, of calming things down, of centering ourselves, of seeing where the armor is, seeing if we're holding our, shoulders up to our ears, if we're relaxing when we sleep, do we wake up with the covers, kicked all over the place, or with, our bodies feeling really tense because we're releasing wearing our armor all the time, but we're becoming aware of it as well. So as we become aware of it, it's like, oh, how do I stop this tension? How do I stop this chaos? How do I step into the power of me? And how do I know what it is that I want? We are not going to be patient. I mean, Leo, kind of like at the best of times, we're not that patient. So just know that patience is going to be a bit of a struggle for us, especially around prosperity, money, what we value as much as money. We want everything yesterday. With the Eight of Cups, this is walking away from what we once thought we would love. This is an ending. This could be an ending of a mindset. This could be the ending of a relationship. This could be an ending of a career path. This is an ending. It doesn't have to be a super big ending, but it is a super big ending for you. It is going to have a great impact on you. And there's also a sense of saying, how do I follow my heart to move me forward? And that is going to be very important here. We have the King of Cups. I love that Spirit asked the question, how do we follow our hearts to lead us forward, Leo? And then we get the King of Cups. This is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. If you have water sign energy in your chart, if you have water sign energy in your life, Leo, this comes through very positively. Now, here, there is chaos of emotion coming forward. So do be aware of that. But there's also a sense of healing. There's a sense of stepping into your energy, yourself, what you desire in your life, and saying, I'm leading by example. And that is going to be a very beautiful thing where we say, it is by my actions that people will see me. And it moves us then to the Five of Cups. We change our mind and we change our life. The Five of Cups tells us it can be so easy to stay in the path of things were hard. There was struggle, there was doubt, there was fear. It's always going to be that, right? It's always going to be the spilt, really expensive bottle of wine, and the only person who gets to enjoy it, or the only thing that gets to enjoy it, are the worms, right? So here, it's like turn around, see the beauty that is there. It doesn't have to be big. It can be very small. But just because it is small does not mean it isn't beautiful. Leo, we can tend to get caught up in the glitz and the glam and the flash of it all. And that's what our world wants us to do, right? We are ruled by the sun, and the sun illuminates. So whatever is illuminated, whatever the spotlight is on, we are drawn to it. That is just our nature, and that's who we are. So we need to look during this time and say, what do I need spotlighted in my life? What do I need illuminated for me? And that's going to be the game changer, because our energy is going to stop saying, "Ooh, look at this flashy thing," and "Ooh, look at this," and "Oh, look at that," and to say, what is my heart? What do I desire? What do I want? It brings us to our spirit message. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a flower in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So good luck to everyone. Hit the bell notification so you know when that video announcing the winner is uploaded. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is hope. Hope is so important. We hope for a better tomorrow. We hope for good lives. We hope for happiness. We hope for love. Hope makes up our humanity, and it makes up who we are. But hope can also be hard, right? It'd be hard to hope when we have so many setbacks in our life, or when the hopes didn't come out the way we thought they would. And I just noticed this cord from the pumpkin to the witch. There is something from the earth that's coming forward to you that's going to be like, oh wow. It's like a little wish granted, a little prayer answered, a little sense of the universe seeing you and you seeing the universe. And that's going to be a very beautiful thing. It's going to help you instill your hope into yourself, instill what you desire for yourself. And it's going to really help open up doors in a way that you hadn't imagined they could be opened. It moves us then to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. This is spiritual awakening reverse. Now, everybody is going through a spiritual awakening during this time, and to differing degrees, of course. But there's a blockage in our crown chakra that is kind of like, I don't want to see what is coming forward. And that's going to be something we're in battle with. So it can make the road seem just a little bit harder, a little bit more overwhelming. So do be mindful about this during this time. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is the Wheel of Fortune. That's it. That's the spiritual awakening coming in. It's the tides changing. Things are different, right? The ground isn't quite as stable. It's the saying, you need to get your sea legs, right? You need to learn how to move on the boat with the sea. And sometimes we need to get our legs to us. Like, we need to get ourselves situated. So there's a change that's coming in, and there's a change that has come in, and it's put your life on a trajectory that you hadn't quite anticipated. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It means that it is a season that is being lived through that we didn't think we were going to live through. That we didn't think we were going to have to face in our world or in our life, or this doesn't happen to me type of thing. And the Wheel of Fortune here, be mindful of it, because when we're told to be mindful of something, right, it's kind of like having it reversed. And it very much says, hey, listen, we can get off track because we're looking at what we're going through now and we're not seeing ourselves. We're not seeing knowledge and the power we are being given, which sounds like a very interesting way to talk if we're going through a hard time, right? And the world is going through a hard time right now. It's awakening to so much more. And being birthed forward, having that awakening, it's never a smooth thing. It's never an easy thing. So looking at the Wheel of Fortune here and saying, I am not losing sight of me, that is going to be a powerhouse statement to make during this time. It really is. With the Nine of Pentacles reversed, we need to learn and we need to test ourselves during this time to stand in the present, but stand in the presence of us, our soul, our spirit, and what we desire. Our past makes us. It's how we look at the world. And our future is always something we're striving towards. But when our future becomes the only thing that we can think of, and when our past has a stranglehold on us, we're not in the present. So being in the present right now, that is going to be a difficult thing. It's going to be a challenge for us. Be mindful of your money. We can have a tendency to indulge on little things during this time, which we're like, oh, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. And yeah, it's fine, all these little things, but they can add up. So do be mindful about this, and also be mindful of who you're listening to. Okay, where you're getting your guidance from. If it resonates with your heart, if it's calming, if it's connecting, then that's brilliant. If it doesn't, do be aware of that. With the Ace of Swords, you're stepping into your voice. There's going to be a moment during these 15 days where it's like, oh, this is my power, this is my voice, this is me. Or we say something, we're like, oh, I would have never have said that before. Like, it's not mean, but it's very much a sense of, this is what I want, and this is the direction I'm heading for me. With the Nine of Swords, again, worry, doubt, and fear that people aren't seeing. So there's going to be a little bit of a rift, because there's a sense of what the outside world sees, right? They see you as having it all put together. I always look at this right here in the card, right? This beautiful woman on horseback moving forward. And that's how people see you. People see you as somebody privileged. It doesn't matter if we don't see ourselves as privileged, right? It's just, if others do, that's their perception of us, which we do not have control over. So there's a sense here of fighting, not fighting that, but not getting the support that we need, because people are going to be like, oh, well, you have it all figured out. Like, you don't really need my support. You're just kind of playing at this. And that's going to be super annoying, because you're not. Show yourself grace. Step back. Step back from the worries. Step back from the fear, which sounds silly to say, and do something that requires your full attention, that requires you to only think of that thing. And it's not like, go do something really complicated, but that's one of my brothers loves to run. All right. Let's just go with that analogy, because when he's running, he is just simply in that moment of running. And that's what he's focusing on. I love to work with the fiber arts, right? I love to crochet and knit and embroidery and all that stuff. And it takes all your focus, because it's like, okay, let me do this right. Doing those things is very important, because it brings you right into the present. So if we can do that, however that manifests in our life, let us do it. Let us do it for ourselves now. And it moves us to the Nine of Wands reverse, because there's a gift of passion, there's a gift of fire that's being handed to us, but it's on pause. So there's a frustration to us as well, because we know something bigger is coming, we know something more is coming, and that adds to our worry and our fear, and it makes us look towards the future and look at the past, because we're like, where is this? How did I miss it? And with the Nine of Wands, with the Ace of Wands, it's like it's a gift that's being given to us. We're not quite ready for it yet. We do need to rest. That is going to be one of the most important things we can do for ourselves, to rest, to ground ourselves, to stabilize ourselves, to say, okay, now I'm showing up for me. That is going to be important, to take care of ourselves. We carry heavy armor on us. So being aware of that, where we have walls up, if we put walls around our heart, if we put walls around our imagination, if we put walls around our voice, being aware of this and saying, okay, what am I doing here? Around our soul, around our creativity, if we put walls around our connection with the universe, be aware of this during this time. Well, it's hard to be aware of this, but stepping back and saying, okay, why is the armor on? That is going to be a big thing. If we say at the end of the day, when we're going to sleep, where's the armor on? We'll wake up with the answer. It may take us a couple of times and we might not remember it, but say that as you're going to sleep, or write it in a book, right? Or write it on a page, put it under your pillow. Where's the armor on? And when you wake up, the first thing that comes to your head, it's like, that's where the armor is. It moves us to the Seven of Pentacles. That's rather straightforward. We don't want to be patient. We want everything instantaneously. We're tired of waiting. Does that mean we're going to have to, not wait during this time? No, it means that Spirit is going to give us lessons that force us to be patient. There is something that's coming to an ending, a way of looking at things, a way of looking at ourselves, a way of connecting that we are walking away from. And it's really brilliant and it's really beautiful, because we're finding our path. It's like, I tried to fit the mold. I tried to be what I was supposed to be. And on the way, I lost me. And now with the Eight of Cups, it's like, but I need to see me again. I need to connect with me. And that's what the King of Cups is calling us to do. Now, we can have somebody in our life who is very loving, very compassionate. They don't have to be a water sign energy, though they may very well be or have a lot of water sign energy in their chart. They have a tremendous heart. This is a person who feels the world. So this is a person who can be a little bit of a recluse, can be rather secluded because they feel the world. Be aware of this. This is also spirit telling you that you're turning away, right, from what you once thought you would love to walk a path where you start to feel the world. Okay? Or you enhance that feeling of the world depending on where you are in your journey. And that is going to be important and that is powerful, but it can also be very overwhelming. So being aware of this, knowing that you do have somebody who's a bit of a sage, like a bit of a sage, a bit of wisdom around you, and embracing of the heart and embracing of what we love, moving forward in our passion and our desires and in ourselves. And we're turning away. We're turning away from looking at things and saying, look what hasn't happened. We can spend our whole lives like that. And we're turning towards, okay, how am I blessed? Like, look at what I have. And that's going to be the game changer here. And that's going to set us apart from the rest of the world. And that's actually going to enhance us and enhance our life and have us see ourselves again. Because we kind of got caught up in that, which is what everybody does. We all get caught up in, but I'm supposed to have this at this time. I'm supposed to do this at this time. And, there's no saying the days are long, but the years are short. And that's really quite true. So seeing that within ourselves, that the days are long, but the years are short, and showing us respect and kindness and beauty and turning away from what hasn't gone in accordance to plan and saying, but I'm still here for me. I'm still showing up for me. That is going to be really important. And in doing so, we embrace healing, beautiful love. We embrace a connection with the sacred feminine, sacred masculine aspect of ourselves. We embrace stepping into our being. Now, Leo, our subconscious spirit message is fairy tale reverse. We need to start connecting with stories again. Stories are so important. I love stories up and down the Mississippi. I love, love, love stories. Fairy tales are the stories that shaped us. They can be children's tales. Fairy tales are children's tales, right? But they hold lessons to them. But these are the stories that shaped us when we were small. These are the things that sang to our hearts. And it is exploring and developing and connecting with fairy tales, with stories, with the things that once sang to your soul and your being. It moves us to the Earth Star Chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. There is a blockage there, so do be mindful about this. And that we feel not grounded. We can feel like we don't have roots, which some people like that. Some people like that very free spirit energy. But we do need to be grounded. We do need to be centered and have that center and that grounding somewhere. So being aware of this is going to be a very important thing. And how are you nourishing yourself? Are you nourishing yourself in accordance to what your soul needs, right? When you're connecting with the universe, the divine, the quiet, beautiful moments, is that through running, like my brother likes to do? Or is that through, crocheting, like I like to do? It's a very different practice. And I don't know. I don't think I would like, connecting in the running way. Though maybe it's worth a shot later on. I don't know. Not now. So here, just embracing that energy is going to be very important. That grounding, that settling, that seeing ourselves. It moves us then to the energy to be mindful of, which is rebirth. And that's what Spirit was saying all along, right? The spiritual awakening, the Wheel of Fortune, things are changing. We are being reborn. And we're fighting it. We just are. We're going to want things to stay in a certain way that we have known or that we have seen or that has been. And it's like, well, yeah, okay. But life is changing and we need to embrace that change with it. We need to embrace stepping into our soul. Now, with the Four of Wands reverse, do be aware that we can be questioning a lot of things, okay? When it comes to our security and our foundation, we can have our security and our foundation shaken in one way or another, and we have had our security and foundation shaken. And so that fear can come up every time we're starting to connect with ourselves. And it's like, oh yeah, well, remember when you messed up? Remember when you were fooled? Remember when this didn't go right? And we're going to take it and put it on ourselves instead of saying, that was part of the journey I was supposed to walk. Like, this is a lesson that was meant to come to me. Now, some lessons And I do feel a bit apprehensive saying this is a lesson that was meant to come to me, because some things that people have lived through are absolutely horrific. And it's like, why? Why was that meant to be? So here, it's not saying that, yeah, it is saying here that we can go back to our darkest moments, and that can be our whole entire life. But to say no to the darkest moments and to say, this is not how I'm defining me, this is not my foundation that I'm building my life off of, that is going to be extraordinary. And it doesn't mean you don't use your story as inspiration, right? It's not saying that you completely forget about it and say, oh no, everything was peaches and roses and just wonderful. It's like, no, say the truth of your soul and who you are, but do not let the darkness win, because it wants to. It always wants to. Okay, now let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep, and please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.